Covering the Universal Orlando Resort for over 5 years, you are listening to the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the oldest running, continuously occupied European podcast about Universal Studios in the entire world. Yes, folks, this is the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. I'm your sheriff for the evening, Darren Schmidt, and as we take our journey this evening, please be on the lookout for that no-good outlaw, known for robbing 32 banks in just 4 months across 5 states. That's right, I'm talking about Tracey Malaby. Did you hear that? I think I hear her. Be on high alert. We may also see her hand servant and horseman, and some say her secret lover, the nefarious Lee Malaby.
It's not so secret.
Dang it, we're being caught.
Yes, that nefarious Lee Malaby last week led an attack that temporarily disabled my deputy, Hunter. Don't worry though, folks. We will see him soon. This is episode 247. Let's go. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm kind of taken aback by that intro. That was awesome.
Oh, that was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. I haven't hosted in a while, so I want to go all out for you.
Yeah, you set a precedent
good
now.
job.
We're all going to have to do stuff like that.
And we've recently spent a lot of time in St. Augustine, so I can say that probably influenced that a lot.
Good job.
Thank you.
My cheeks are hurting.
So yeah, Hunter's not here this week, but we will see him soon.
Yes.
It's probably in Pandora.
Oh yeah, probably. So let's start off with a familiar here. Let's start with Autism at the Park with Maureen.
Hi, this is Maureen Deal with Autism at the Parks, and I'm reporting for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Today, I'm at Universal Studios, Florida. And now I'm in the Woody Woodpecker's Kids Zone and standing outside Animal Actors on Location. Now, this show is a lot of fun for the entire family, and it features animals that were in various movies and some of the stunts. And sometimes they'll ask for audience participation. So if you want to participate in the show, sit closer to the stage. Guests who are in wheelchairs or ECVs, also known as scooters, can remain in their wheelchair or ECV to watch the show. And this is one I highly recommend for the entire family. And this has been Maureen Deal for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, signing off.
Thank you very much for that, Maureen. And allow me to add, if you also want to participate in the show from afar, make sure you bring $1.
Here's a question. Darren, when was the last time you saw Animal Actors?
Probably about 2 years ago, to be honest.
Tracey, can you remember when the last time we saw Animal Actors was?
Have we seen it with the kids?
No.
Are you sure?
It's not
No,
that
we've seen it
show.
with the kids.
I don't think we have.
We have. We've
Oh,
seen it
yes,
with the
I think
kids.
we have.
Yes,
So,
we
yeah,
have.
then
So
2000
2009?
Yeah. 8 years.
It's not a bad show at all, but they really rubbed me the wrong way because Nina told me about the dollar thing, and I was really excited about it. So, like, before they even talked about the dollar, I had my, dollar out in my hand ready to go, and I, jumped up as soon as she said it, and she's like, somebody that doesn't know about this. And I was like, oh. That really bummed me out. But.
Yeah.
I'm surprised something like that still goes on at the parks, to be honest. You think, with all the crap that SeaWorld have been getting recently, it's something you'd think Universal would steer away from a little bit, but no.
Well, they have taken out all the primate interaction, right?
Right.
That was the first thing they did. So they have dogs and a pig and a couple other things, but
Frank the pug.
Yeah, and a lot of birds.
Yeah.
It like I said, it's not a terrible show. It's just for some reason or another, it's just not one that we end up going to all the time.
No.
I think with us, it's always a case of it's never on or short enough wait time to the next show when we're actually in that area. I just think
because I think we don't generally go in, because you hate E.T. Our kids are older, so we're not going over to that area. The only really reason that we pass that is to go in the SpongeBob shop.
yes,
or to go to Springfield.
and a duck's more important than an animal show.
Yeah, very true. But, on the back of Fantastic Beasts and where you can find them, let's talk about Avatar Land and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And
I'm disappointed Hunter's not here for this. Sorry,
yeah, it is.
Because he would have sat on the fence quite comfortably in this, whereas I think, Darren, you've already commented before we started recording that we might be a little rough on this.
Might be a little bit. I mean, from the pictures that I've seen and the videos that I've seen, they've done an amazing job on land of making it look amazing, like truly stunning.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is.
Apart from the anchored floating island things.
Yeah, it's kind
of... But then again, I'd be very, very impressed if they could actually make them float.
Yes. I mean, they could have taken a very cheap route and done the Nocturne Alley video screen ceilings over the entire place. Which I wouldn't argue too much about the air conditioning.
No, true.
Me and Tracey watched Attractions Magazine's videos whenever it was last weekend. And I watched. Yeah, I actually had a conversation with Andy about it a couple of days after, and the one thing I said to Tracey, I said, yes, it's gorgeous, it looks stunning, but it doesn't stand out in Animal Kingdom.
If you Andy, of course, being our friend Andy.
Yeah, Andy D. Genova.
Yes, have you heard him before on the podcast?
Yeah. Real fans. He's been at Real Fans. Real Fans for Real Movies. Yeah. So I said, my issue with it, yes, it looks stunning, but if you put that in the Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios or what's the other one? Epcot. There you go. It stands out because it's different to everything in that park. Whereas for me, it blends in. So you're not walking, like you walk into Diagon Alley and it blows you away because it really, you're encompassed in that. Whereas you're walking from a lush, tree-laden, plant-laden theme park into another
the same.
Do you know what I mean?
Very true.
So it doesn't stand out. It just kind of, it's more of the same, if that makes sense. It just goes
vertical. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's very true. Until the night. Well, not even at the night, I guess, because you've got the Tree of Life in the center of the park now at night, kind of doing the whole bioluminescent thing itself. So,
Which I'm not sure how I feel about that, because you don't mess with the Tree of Life.
It's supposed to be amazing.
I know. But...
Have you seen it, Darren?
Oh, no, I have not personally. It started right after our passes ran out.
Typical.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. See, the thing I'm taken from things that I'm reading and hearing is, if you like plants, brilliant. There's lots of them to look at.
Yeah.
Not real ones.
But there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Because it's set how many years after the movie?
I don't know, actually.
It's so many decades after the movie, isn't it? It's set.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only cast members who know this backstory. They're not making from what I'm understanding, they're not making this backstory known.
In fairness, it's not open yet.
Well, true. So I hope that they do, because otherwise the public is apparently going to miss quite a lot of important facts because the story's not being made public.
And you'd think, knowing that all this stuff is going to go up on social media and they're going to invite people that, post a lot of things like that they would try to push that even more with the smaller crowd because they have more of a chance to capture everyone's attention.
Yeah.
That they would try to get that backstory out now. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done that yet.
I mean, I was talking to Kevin Vincent, a friend of ours, who anyone in the theme park will know Kevin.
Everybody knows Kevin.
And he went last weekend as well. And I was kind of asking, how does it compare to sort of something like Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley? And I can't find the conversation, but I did. One of the things I did ask him was like how, because obviously one of the things that they've really pushed is that the Navi animatronic at the end of the Navi River Adventure or whatever it's called. And I said to him, does it compare to anything at Universal? And he said it blows anything at Universal out of the water. He said it is by far the best animatronic that he's seen anywhere.
Yeah. Can I just say that ride's already getting a nickname?
Okay, go on.
Navi of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I can understand that.
That animatronic is stunning.
It is.
Yeah.
And so is the other one as well.
It's kind of taken over for the Little Mermaid. What's her name?
Ursula,
yeah. Like that was the most amazing animatronic I had seen up to that point, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't hear a lot of talk about it, but it's really impressive how it moves And from what I've heard, that like they have to like exercise it every night to make sure it maintains its flexibility and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing.
Oh, exercise, right? Not exorcise.
Possibly.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah, possibly.
Right?
I mean, it does look very realistic at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, they obviously blew it out of the park with that. But, you know, when you think about it, and this huge entire, you know, land that they've built, and they made like one super impressive animatronic. What's up with that?
It does. When you watch the video of that, though, that's kind of like what the river adventure is, and it's only what a C or a C or D, well, maybe like a B or a C ticket attraction. But what
it's frozen basically, right?
Yeah. But what they've done with that is kind of what we were hoping for Skull Island. That a lot of it is physical, so the plants and stuff like that, and the screens are only for certain bits, more the like background elements. So a lot of the front stuff is physical plants and that, and then they've just used the screens to give it more depth.
Yeah.
And say I asked Kevin, I said, you know, how does it compare to, obviously Diagon Alley is the comparison that people are going to make to it, the Wizarding World. He said, Diagon Alley is what I hope the Star Wars expansion ends up being. And then some. He said, if I had to compare it, even though they aren't similar, I would say that Pandora's on a par with Hogsmeade.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's
like an
good to
outside, like immersive environment.
Yeah.
I guess you could say, because like, I don't know, Diagon Alley to me like feels very enclosed.
Yeah.
You got the high walls, and then you literally got a ceiling in two of the areas, you know? So it definitely feels like a tight, closed-in area. So that would be the best to, you know, equate with something like that. But yeah, Pandora, I guess Hogsmeade would be the best equivalent, or maybe even Jurassic Park, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which, if that's the case, then yeah, it's killing Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting again the conversation I think we had on the last show with the themed food and stuff. They're still reaching, they're desperate to do it, and some of it looks cool, and apparently it's really, really nice, but it doesn't have, guests going in there don't have any connection to it because it's not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what did make me laugh is, I commented to you, didn't know when we watched it, is that the gift shops looks bigger than the restaurant.
Yeah, that's very true. It did. It definitely did. And yeah, it seems like they, if you look at like Disney Springs and the, you know, the kind of shops that they've opened, you know, since the new Disney Springs opened, it just seems like they've opened these massive, huge open area shops that just have tons and tons of the same thing, sometimes in like different areas even, but like the same thing, like spread apart around the whole place to make you feel like there's a lot more stuff there than it is. And that's how I kind of felt about the Avatar Land shops as well. Like it's like the same thing duplicated across several areas around the shop when like attractions was walking through. So
one of the things is cool though, because we looked and you think like, where's the merchandise coming from Avatar? And some of the stuff they've got in that shop is awesome.
It is. I want a Banshee.
I think we discussed it before we recorded last week with Hunter. And he was like, those little Na'vi plushes.
The baby ones.
Oh my God, they are so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? The other Disney ones have been cute, and I've refrained from buying them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless they have Hitchhiking Ghost ones, and then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm desperate to see is what the Flights of Passage is like. And I've heard from people, I've heard somebody say, who isn't a fan of screen rides, that it was bleep amazing.
Like life-changing experience kind of thing from the people that I've heard that have actually wrote it. And then also very depressing about that is that it seems to not be geared towards larger people.
Again.
Yeah. I heard that.
With similar
which seems to be the theme
velocity
for recent theme park attractions, which is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Just like being the average population is growing in size as an average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very surprising that, the all the rides have geared towards the smaller, but
yeah.
It's funny. Go on,
I was
Tracey.
going to say, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember because I've read so much stuff the last few days. I can't remember where I read it and somebody had said they'd been in it. It was amazing. But the thing that I can't think of my words, took their breath away was when the Banshee kind of started to breathe
Okay.
beneath them.
I did say you were going to feel it.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's what took you from being on a ride to being immersed because you're essentially on a living being then.
Exactly. As soon as you said that, I had a physical physical connection to this ride.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to, I'll give him a plug as though he's not here. I was listening to Grim Grinning Horse today and they were discussing it and they made a very good point that apparently someone on Twitter had said, oh, everyone's raving about this ride. I'd love to see him switch it over to Universal so everyone can start crapping on it. And Hunter made a very good point that the difference with that ride being at Disney compared to that ride being at Universal, that ride at Disney is a screen ride in a park that's 90% physical rides.
Yeah.
You put that ride into a Universal park and it's another screen-based ride amongst all the other screen-based rides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is worrying that it seems to be everybody's going down that path.
For 10 years' time, it'll change again. There'll be something else that's the next big thing, and it'll change again. It's what happens.
We need a revolution in, like, the main thing is maintenance for those things. You know, we need to be able to have those things and have them run so smoothly that they don't need as much maintenance as they currently do.
Yeah.
Which even an attraction like, the Hall of Presidents, as minimal as it seems, like takes a ton of maintenance behind the scenes to keep that thing running all the time. So to have these, the animatronics, that we need some kind of a huge step up in technology to make a big difference. I think, to see those attractions bounce back.
Just put real people in there. They don't take as much maintenance.
Look, in 30 years' time, it won't matter because all we'll do is go and pay our money to sit in a seat where we basically just plug ourselves into something. So we'll all have these
like
ports. Yeah, and that's it. We'll just go and sit in a chair and experience it like that.
We're going to Mars.
Implants. Telling you.
Yeah, but real quick, after watching Guardians of the Galaxy this weekend too, I want an Ego theme park.
Yes, I thought that.
Wow, yes.
Yeah, and the Ego Planet. When I saw the Pandora stuff, I'm like, oh, that's nice. After I saw Ego, I was like, that just blows.
Yeah, I thought exactly the same. I was sat watching it thinking, I bet they wish they'd hung on a little bit.
Yeah, it's like the same thing that happened with the Jurassic Park River Adventure possibly going in. Jurassic World attraction going in where Kong went. It was like, man, if we just waited a little bit longer.
Yeah. It's like Despicable Me. They did a quick overlay of Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, that thing blew up, and I bet they wished. Yeah, they could have done that whole kids area as that. But
certainly.
So it looks nice, but for me, I'm
looking
whenever
forward
we
to
get over,
it.
I'll look forward to get to see it. But I don't think it's I don't think it's anything that Universal need to be specifically worried about.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be popular. I think it's allayed. I think a lot of people have watched it and allayed a lot of people's fears that, it's Avatar, no one cares. Oh, actually, it looks quite cool. I think I'll go and check it out.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of vegetation.
Nice one.
Let's go ahead and move on to the Veggie Section!
I thought he was going to say, let's head over to Tracey there. Yes. So, having covered an option from both Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida, we are going to move to the on-site hotels. Ooh, this is a hotel I've not actually been inside. No. Lee Malaby. One day. That. Well, I did say you had to stay there as well. You stay in the Value, I'll stay in the top-notch hotel. So we're heading over to the Portofino Bay, to Mamadella's Ristorante. And
good luck.
What?
Pronouncing what it's called.
A melanzane alla parmigiana.
There you go.
Ooh.
It looks rather nice. It's a little pasta dish, which looks nice. So what they said is, if you're in the mood for some Italian cuisine, rest assured that Mamadella's Ristorante at Lowe's Portofino Bay Hotel has got you covered. Not an Italian cuisine, we hope. With so many vegetarian options to choose from, the melanzane alla parmigiana is definitely a must-try. Made with seared eggplant, or aubergine if you are British, ricotta cheese and capellini pasta with a delicate marinara sauce, you'll find yourself delightfully pleased with this authentic Italian experience.
Looks good.
It does. Looks really nice. It basically looks like a basic, I would say bolognese sauce, but obviously bolognese has got the mince in. It just looks like a nice, light little pasta dish.
I'm more interested in the thing to the right of it.
It's either cannelloni or lasagna. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, it's like a eggplant parmesan remade, kind of.
Yes, it looks lovely.
It does look good.
Yeah.
It does. It looks
when
fresh.
When the bowl is tilted sideways, you know it's good.
Very true.
It's a quality meal right there.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no, it does look really good. No, I would. That's one of those things I would definitely edge on the vegetarian side to try.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So.
All right.
That's this week's offering. Cool.
Yeah, I still have yet to see the outside of that hotel. I don't know that it truly exists. I don't believe it.
We have gone past it on a water taxi at about midnight.
Should do that. Just grab yourself a drink, hop in a water taxi, and just do the full loop.
So it very well could be a mirage still.
We don't know. Maybe. Right, yes, a projection, a hologram.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be. It was we'd had a very long day that day. It could well have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, let's give our vocal cords a rest and send it on over to the little things with Seth.
Hey everyone, this is Seth Kabursky, back with a short but sweet look at all the little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort. First up, Universal Orlando has recently updated both its website and its smartphone app for Apple and Android. The big news is you can now attach your park admission ticket, including an annual pass, to your account in the website, and that will transfer over to the app. In the future, that will let you enter the parks with a photo ID without having your annual pass on you. You can also attach a credit card to your account, and that will be handy once Volcano Bay opens, because it will allow you to use the Tapu Tapu wristband device to make cashless payments and purchase things in the park without pulling out your wallet. Speaking of Volcano Bay, the Cabana Bay Beach Resort is wrapping up work on its 2 expansion towers, which are now appearing on the resort's maps, along with the new walking path that will connect Cabana Bay with Volcano Bay. That walking path is going to be a great perk for folks staying at Cabana Bay because all other resort guests are going to need to transfer onto buses from the main parking garage. And finally, I recently got to visit California and checked out the version of the Tri-Wizard Spirit Rally show in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios Hollywood. The show is similar to the one at Islands of Adventure, but has much more action with acrobatics and more intense fight scenes, and a neat fire effect for the finale. I've heard rumors that that version of the Tri-Wizard Spirit show may be coming east, so look for that hopefully in the not-too-distant future at Islands of Adventure. That's all for this time. Until the next time, this is Seth Kabursky from The Unofficial Guides, Touring Plans, Orlando Weekly, and Attractions Magazine, saying to keep an eye out for all those little things around Universal Orlando.
I wonder if when
Diversify.
I wonder if when he writes for these other things, he adds us in as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure he adds a new one every week.
It does seem that way.
Bless him.
Darren, as an annual pass holder, the ability to add your annual pass onto the app and stuff, is that going to make a big difference to you, do you think?
It's since I got the plastic passes, I've just had it in my wallet since then without really thinking about it. But you know what? If I didn't have it on me, it would be great to have that, ability to do that. So I say any like possibilities they can put out there is a benefit. So
yeah,
I'm cool with that.
It's like the cashless thing, you might take your card out at home to make a transaction online, leave it on the side, and then go at the parks and think, oh, crap, I've left. But you've still got the app, you've got your cashless payments on there, you can still... So that's a good thing.
Been there, done that with trading passes.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, there was that one as well. We had to get it brought out.
Yeah,
that's friends.
Go into the story for that one. God, what a nightmare that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, depending on the Wi-Fi, it might be harder to bring up a pass like that than to just pull the pass out of my wallet. So,
true.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, then the walking path from Cabana Bay to Volcano Bay totally makes sense. But yeah, that just makes it that much more of an added benefit.
Yeah.
To be able to get over there easily.
Yeah, for a hotel that's like a budget one as well. Yeah, totally. Because it's funny, Amanda friend of the show, Boston
Yes.
White,
Hello,
from
Amanda.
Tis After Dark and Universal After Dark and all of them. She's over there at the moment. I've been chatting to her quite a bit. She's staying at Sapphire Falls, which is her favourite. The view from her hotel room
I'm so
was
jealous.
looking straight at the Volcano Bay. Like, not like in the distance, it was right there.
Yeah, it looks like she could just jump off a balcony into it. She's going to tell us all about it over a lemon top
It
soon.
looks stunning.
Oh, it does. But she said
Yeah,
today that
and there's
the
a lot of
waterfall
property.
was running.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say she posted today that the waterfall was running.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, and and all the Sapphire Falls rooms are across an entire street and everything from where that new tower is going up at Cabana Bay. So you can only imagine what the views from Cabana Bay are going to be.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the towers themselves look amazing. Like they really like add a whole new element to the park. I posted some pictures when we were going past there towards St. Augustine over the weekend on the Producers Club website. I'll add them onto the main page as well when this goes up. But yeah, you can really see how the towers complement the rest of the building. And it's that I think they kind of look out of place as far as like it doesn't really fit in with like the 50s ephemera kind of view that they had before with the rest of the hotel. But at the same time, they just look so awesome that I don't care.
No, I agree.
I'm still amazed at how much they are cramming into that
Tiny
resort
footprint,
area. You know, you look at Volcano Bay, it looks pretty big.
Oh, it does.
And then you've still got the Aventura Hotel that's currently going up. I was watching Tim Tracker's video last week where they went around to have a look at it. And it's just, I don't think there doesn't appear to be anybody in the theme park world that can use space as well as they can. I know it's a case of, at the moment, having to, but even so. But I know a lot of people are comment on the. Well, how far away? As of recording this, we are.
It's not long, is it?
17 days away from opening, and a lot of people commented that it doesn't look anywhere near ready yet.
Yeah, especially when they show like the backside of the volcano. It's like, wow, what's going to happen there?
Yeah, because I know on Tim Tracker's video they had the Volcano Bay buses sort of doing the routes. They look pretty cool, actually. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting when it opens to see, because I can't remember, I was listening to something the other day, sort of saying, are people going to get changed in the parks, get dried off and go back on the bus, or are people going to be getting back on the buses soaking wet?
Yeah. They probably have to be dry.
I'm sure they'd probably prefer you don't. But
I wonder if you'd be allowed to. Like, if you're staying at one of the hotels that's on that bus loop, could you effectively just grab your gear straight out of Volcano Bay, soaking wet, and get on the bus and say, look, I'm going to get changed and dried back at the hotel?
I would say they wouldn't like that.
No, I wouldn't think so either. Yeah.
Because I, as the next person having to sit in that seat, I would not like that.
No.
It's also Florida, so if you're out of the water for any more than about 5 seconds, you're probably bone dry. So
this is very true.
Most likely not a problem, but I do expect those buses to be smelling kind of mildewy as time goes on.
But it's like just that water park as a whole, not even taking the water park into consideration, it's changing the face of that resort. When you look at they're adding different turnstiles in and new bus routes and tram routes and all the rest of it, it's changing the face of the park as well. It's going to look very different the next time we get out there.
It's evolving at a rate of knots, isn't it?
It already does. Just even driving by it, it's just an amazing change to like the whole landscape of I-4 in Orlando in that area. So it's really changing a lot.
And then like just looking at pictures the other day, someone posted of Wet and Wild. I think that's pretty much leveled at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I never went, so I don't have the nostalgia that everybody has for it, but I can imagine it being pretty sad for a lot of people.
We just overlooked it, didn't we, twice?
We went past it a lot.
Yes. That too.
Oh, yeah, staying at the Enclave Suites. Yeah, we looked over it.
You could see the black hole. And
No, it is a black hole.
I was just going to say, no, it is a black hole.
Well, speaking of black holes, I don't know what this exactly means, but I can only imagine extreme radio interference in the Central Park area of Universal Studios. Over to Tracey for more.
Yes. We got some feedback from Sean Hill.
Well, let's I should have written in some context here.
I was just going to give it. But go
on then, Tracey.
No, sorry, go on.
Well, like, we've always said, which park? Central Park. So you've got the one in New York, It's a smoking area, right, with a statue in it. That should be Central Park. And then the one over by Kid Zone that apparently is Central Park.
So the other one's Battery Park.
Right. So we've commented, how come Central Park is in Hollywood, not in New York?
Yes. And the lovely Sean Hill has let us know.
Okay.
So he said, I was just listening to the last episode where you were talking about secluded spots in the park, and you seemed a little confused as to why Central Park is in Hollywood instead of New York. There is actually a very good reason for it. It's so, when they actually need to film in Central Park, they can have New York in the background across the lake. Hope that helps clear up a little confusion.
Which makes perfect sense.
It really does.
Well, there you go. Now, having to explain the time train and the DeLorean in the shots is a different problem.
I suppose if they're filming, they can just wipe those bits out.
Yeah.
Bit of CG rubbery there. Take Optimus Prime out.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. I suppose when you've got to consider it that it'll have been built there for when the park first opened. So Transformers wasn't there, the DeLorean that wasn't there. So those views across into New York probably would have been more open than they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there.
So that's good.
It's good. Thank you, Sean.
It's good to not be
baffled
confused.
The hell out of us for a long time.
It has.
All right. Well, from there, let's move on to a topic that we've been talking about amongst ourselves a lot, and that's the potential bottleneck in Hogsmeade for this Christmas projection show that they're doing.
Darren, are you planning on going up to see this?
I guess I have to. Right?
Well, yeah. You've always complained
that
there's not enough new stuff at the parks to see, and now there is.
Yeah, no, there is, so I guess I got to go. But yeah, that just seems like a crazy tight pack in there, and it's already bad. Like, if the Tri-Wizard Spirit Rally's running, or even if nothing's going on in that stage, it seems like that area like clogs up like crazy for no reason.
Well, I think it's the same reason as just shopping centres and things like that clog up. People seem to find a narrow point, and that's where they're going to naturally congregate to stop and have a chat.
But how often?
I find that over there as well.
Do you see Hogsmeade with hardly any people in it? Even at exactly.
Even at the slowest points of the year, there's still a ton of people in Hogsmeade, especially right there at that corner.
The only time I've ever seen it fairly empty was that night, or the 2 nights that we closed Forbidden Journey out.
That's right.
And we were literally the last ones in there. But if you go at any point during the day, it's always busy. And exactly that point, because the viewing spot to be able to watch, I'm trying to think now, from if you're by the Hogwarts Express, have you got a decent view of Hogwarts or not? Because it kind of goes up and round the corner, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think so. The only thing I remember seeing from there is the Dragon Challenge.
So you're going to have to be right up on the castle, really, at that top end of Hogsmeade as well.
Up near the pin cart and near the stage for the rally.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're going to see some people hanging out in the queue for Dragon Challenge as well.
Yes.
In that one spot where you get a really good shot of the castle.
Or behind the 3 broomsticks on the balcony.
And that's where our friend Travis will be with his camera shooting this thing.
I wonder if they would open, because it's a busier time of the year, there's that bridge, isn't there, that goes when the Wizarding World was getting built and you had to bypass it to go to Jurassic Park. There's that bridge, isn't there? I wonder if they'd open that and whether you get a decent view across there of it. They're going to have to open as much space as they physically can, because the busiest time of the year, and let's be honest, the Wizarding World is the biggest draw in that park. To have some sort of nighttime show in there, it's going to be mental.
What they need to do is put rowing boats on.
Sit out on the lake. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that.
Yes.
I'm going to be very interested to see how it plays out. Because
as of right now, I don't see how it's going to work at all. But
it's going to be shoulder to shoulder. It's going to be mental.
And there's going to be a lot of complaints from people that are just outside that viewing area, I think.
Yeah. Because it's one of those, it's a projection show, so you need to see all of the castle to get the full benefit of it.
Yes. But they wishes we've been in the wrong place with the projection.
I'm trying to.
It does make a big difference.
I'm trying to think how much you can see of Hogwarts from elsewhere around the park, or how close up you need to be able to see the castle to get the benefit of it. Whether you could potentially.
It depends on what the projections are going to be, how high up they're going to be.
Yeah.
Well, haven't you already done this in Japan?
You can see Hogwarts from across the park, you know, in that little area, like right across from the port of entry.
Yeah.
Or you can look out and see like the Discovery Center and everything like that. You can see Hogwarts there, but it's a very small thing up in the corner, you know. It's not like being right there in front of it. So that bridge is going to be your optimal place to see it, and that's going to be about it, you know, as far as optimal viewing locations.
What they might end up doing is running a like separating an area, like they do for parades. So this is the pathway, and that's the viewing area. But then people are stupid, and people will just stand still in the pathway anyway.
Yeah.
See, I'm just thinking about, you know, with Mythos, if you go like around the outside of Mythos to past the troll, I'm wondering what you can see from round there as well.
I'm sure that first night this runs, it's not going to be a pleasant experience for everybody involved.
Yeah, we'll see how they do it, but yeah.
I'm sure they've got plans. They've got to have plans because safety is paramount.
Universal, you would assume they know how to deal with crowds. They deal with them every year for Halloween Horror Nights and every day for the parks and stuff. But then let's look at concerts at Mardi Gras. You know, you talked to Hunter about when he went for Fallout Boy. He said it was crazy.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not necessarily what they've got planned. They could have the best laid plans. It's people are stupid as a rule. And people have this sense of, it's all about me. I don't care about you. Get out of my way. I'm entitled. This is what it's about at the moment, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they must have gone into it knowing it's not like, right, we want to do this. Let's worry about the logistics of people seeing it later. I'm sure they've done all the projections and everything that they need to do for how they're going to handle it. But I can't see it.
Yeah,
but that's why I don't work for Universal's logistics department.
Maybe you have to take your broom.
Now that would work.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that. Yeah. We have to have something.
So. Are you a hippogriff?
But in the grand scheme of things, it's good. JK is finally letting them do stuff outside of what they were allowed to do. And I think if you remember back on that video that Mike put out, they did say they had something else Potter related to come this year. That's what I want to know.
Ooh. Niffler's running around. Watch your pockets, people.
Halloween Horror Nights. Diagon Alley's been open for the last 2 years. They need to let her do something. That would be so cool. Just a Death Eater show. I mean, they did it in... Was it Japan they did it in last year with the Death Eater thing through the day? I don't understand why she's all right for them doing stuff like that in other parks around the world, yet the flagship one, no.
It's her prerogative.
No idea.
Well, it is. I've tried to get her on the show. She won't acknowledge me.
Because we're too big for her. That's the problem.
She must know we exist now.
She does know we exist. She listens.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe. I love you, books.
Yeah.
Well, you know, speaking of Halloween Horror Nights, let's move on to our final resting segment of the day. Let's move on to the Dead Man's Digest.
Bones will rattle, stairs will creak. Your outcome's looking pretty bleak. Thunder booms, lightning crashes, leaving boots filled with ashes. As we lay you down to rest, we read the pages of the Dead Man's Digest.
Welcome to the Dead Man's Digest. Recent post on Universal Orlando's travel agent site that was brought to our attention by our friends at hhnunofficial.com has leaked that we can expect Stephen King's Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, let me say, to grace Halloween Horror Nights 27 this year. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the post stated Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is a horror classic, and now Halloween Horror Nights 27 invites you, I'm going to say, to the Overlook Hotel, because it just says you to the Overlook Hotel in the notes. Within its walls, you'll relive some of the scariest moments ever caught on film. You'll face the Grady twins and experience Danny Torrance's blood-soaked premonitions. And it's all work and no play as an axe-wielding Jack Torrance pursues you through a snow-covered hedge maze. The legendary masterpiece is now the most terrifying haunted experience imaginable. This is The Shining.
Not fair. Not fair.
God, I love that film so much.
Yeah, the post was pretty quickly taken down, and now I'm worried about a Scream type situation going on around here because we still haven't had an announcement about it. And usually, when something like that obviously leaks and it's on their side, especially on like a semi-public website, we kind of expect some kind of response from them, and we have heard absolutely nothing since then. So
it's really quiet overall, though, at the moment.
It is. We've normally had a bit by now, haven't we?
Yeah, nothing in April, and most people are saying we blame Jimmy Fallon for that.
But The Shining, if that, I said to Tracey, they only need to announce another 2 along a similar level as this, and I would seriously have to consider finding the money to come over this year.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the film's that good, but I think as a potential template for a Horror Nights house, it would just be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Just like location-wise, it's perfect.
Yeah, and I know it would end up being one of those pet projects for Mike Aiello, for sure, because that's something that they've been trying to do for a very long time, I know. So if he had the chance to, have a hand in that, he would take extra care like he did with the Halloween houses to make sure it's truly, accurate to the screen version of the film. So
you can imagine that hedge maze being in an area very similar to the entrance facade to 2015's Body Collectors. The very similar feel to that, which just excites me so much.
I really want to do that one.
Oh, no.
Red
Don't.
Rum.
Oh, God, that's creepy. I'll give you bloody nightmares and have some little kid running around. Red Rum, Red Rum.
Yeah, with that and like the the rumors of it, keep showing up over and over again. It'd be very interesting to have 2 Stephen King influenced properties, though not necessarily something he has like a hand in the current productions of, or in the Stanley Kubrick production of, which he famously hated.
Yeah.
That I think that's like kind of their way into getting the ability to do it without actually having to work with them at the same time, even though I know they want to.
Yeah.
But if they did, then they wouldn't be referencing the movie versions.
I didn't realise, having listened to a lot of conversations about this leak recently, I didn't realise there was a TV version of The Shining that's apparently very much more closer to the book.
Really? We need to find this. I love the book.
One Stephen King personally worked on that one. Yeah. He created that as a response to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. It came out well after. I think it was about 20 years. It was in the 90s that it actually came out.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. That's actually the first version of The Shining that I saw as a kid.
Right.
Because I saw it. It was a mini series on TV. It's like 3 or 4 hours long.
So kind of like
it was.
Bit. Yeah.
Cool.
It does not have the it's like the book, so it doesn't have the hedge maze at all, because the hedge maze was not a part of the book. It was topiaries.
Yeah.
Is that true? I've never read the book.
Oh, you should. It's good.
And so it goes directly off of the book. So yeah, it's a completely different version of it. And with them going with the Stanley Kubrick version of it, it seems like they're kind of going around Stephen King's wishes to not have any of his stuff in the parks. So it's like their way to be able to do it, but we don't know for sure. He could change his mind at any time. Yeah, he could have seen that Universal does an excellent job of representing other horror franchises and stuff like that, including The Exorcist last year. So,
the TV series was Rebecca De Mornay,
all right,
and Steven Weber, who's the head of Max Rager out of Eyes
Zombie. All right.
Yeah.
I might have to see that and find that.
It looks so crazy. It looks like his character looks so awesome by the end of that. Like his Jack Torrance at the end, like goes completely off the deep end, and he's like actually taking on like a demonic form. So
I think we may have to try and find that somewhere.
I think.
Yeah, and he starts off as a lot more like normal of a person. Mm-hmm. You know, Jack Nicholson's portrayal of Jack Torrance is kind of off the deep end to begin with.
I think that's just Jack Nicholson, to be fair.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson's Jack Nicholson's Jack Nicholson. He just plays himself.
See, this thing about Stephen King not really wanting his stuff being used, I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's always been a rumor. You know, I've never heard from him directly whether or not he wants it done.
Well, apparently with other things as well, he's not happy about his work being done. And I don't understand it because, you know, it was such a long and illustrious career of novel writing that he's got and TV scripts and things like this. Surely if somebody loves your work enough, you've put it out there for a start. If somebody loves your work enough, don't be quite so precious about it. It's another way of getting your word across to other people.
To people who
not everybody's a reader.
Exactly, yes.
You know, It's also how many kids now are reading Stephen King? It's more our generation, really.
Yeah. And that's the only thing I could see him like thinking in his head is like, I don't want some teenager trying to represent, you know, what I portray in my books, you know. There's some teenager that's never even read my books.
Then get involved and come and help with creative advice and stuff like that.
But that's like the Tolkien's, isn't it? Not wanting.
It's difficult for him to come and give creative advice, though. He's dead.
Yeah, but the point is that they didn't want the movies to be made. But then how many people do you think have read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy since those films come out? Probably more people than have read it before they came out.
Yeah.
Probably.
I couldn't read The Lord of the Rings.
It brings a whole new generation into these books.
It does. It does. And that, you know, well, you know me, I mean, I know Jane's only 12, but I'm already trying to get her to read Stephen King.
Yeah, I think she'll struggle, but I think James Herbert's a much more easier in for her, but anyway.
Yeah, I think I started reading Stephen King probably when I was like 10 or 11 years old. It was probably a little too early for it, but at the same time, it really developed a fondness for it. So I really hope we see it, and I hope we see The Shining. That would be.
It helps
amazing.
It helps shape Darren into the unstable adult he is now.
And me.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Mom.
So, Darren, what was the first Stephen King book you read?
The first one I read was was it The Shining or was it? Actually, it was one of those two. I think it was The Shining to begin with. That one is a little shorter than it.
Yeah.
And then I moved on to that. But yeah, I started reading it at a really young age. So
it was Misery for me.
I was
hooked.
I haven't actually read a full Stephen King novel yet.
Stand By Me was also one of the first ones that I read as well. I can't remember exactly which one was the first, but.
And The Stand, I think, is possibly one of the longest books I have ever read.
Yeah, I think I eventually got through that one. I don't know for sure though. I went back and forth a long time with that one. My mom had a huge collection of Stephen King and Dean Koontz and all the horror writers of the time. So I would just go into her library and read as much as I could from it. So
excellent job.
Yeah, that's why the Dead Man's Digest exists today. Yes. And we also heard from one of our sources, a very well trusted source, I'll say, that we should be seeing The Conjuring as well this year.
Awesome.
I don't know which one.
Yeah. I was having a discussion with Chris Ripley. He seems to think it might be more the nun icon from the second one.
Okay.
Creepy. And then I think the first one lends itself more to a Horror Nights house.
Yeah.
But again, I've already said that if The Shining comes and I wanted 2 on a level with that, if The Conjuring's there's 1 out of the 2.
Mm-hmm.
When you need another one.
Better
and if one of the rumours I'm hearing for a third one happens, well.
Yeah. Are you going to tell us what that third one is?
In a minute.
And then Mike will be listening, and then Mike can get that organised so we can come out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but yeah, it's, I don't know. Those movies are very similar to Insidious, to me personally.
Yes, they are.
And I have a very hard time separating the two in my head, to be honest.
Which makes one of the other rumors I've heard all the more interesting, because I have heard that Insidious is coming back. Or not necessarily coming back, but doing another one, because I know the fourth movie's out this year, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how I feel, because the third one wasn't great. I like the first two because they were all very, like, two parts of one story rather than two separate films, whereas the third one I didn't really feel was anything to do with the first two. And then it seems like the fourth one's going to be more similar to the third one than the first two. I'm not quite sure how they would sit in an event with The Conjuring there as well, because as you say, they are very similar.
Yeah. Well, I guess they'll just have those ones. I
don't know how that goes. It's all rumor. But one of the ones...
And they could come up with very different ways to portray them as well.
Yes.
To make them very different houses. So I hope if they do have both of them at the event that they do something like that, like, do something in an extremely different way, like they did with The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Taking it more like an impressionist form.
Well, I wouldn't be overly disappointed. I'm not going, but if we did end up having to get over there, if they redid the one from 2015, because that house was phenomenal. Yeah. It's the one...
that's too early. Come on.
I know, but it's the one I think... Is it? How long... When was American Werewolf? The first one?
Was too early. That was too early.
Not
because
for us.
You know
not
what
for
happened?
us at all.
That was crap.
Yeah, not for you.
It was
not for you. But when it did come back, that line was empty.
Yeah,
they had barkers out there begging people to come in. So yeah, that is too early in my opinion. To bring it back again that quickly.
Yeah, I mean the other one that I'm hearing, that if the two we've currently mentioned plus this one, is based on a TV series from last year. Was it last year? Ash versus the Evil Dead. I am hearing that will be on both coasts.
Yeah. If that one comes through, like I'm pretty sure it will, because it just feels like one of those, like the strength of the rumor is pretty much as strong as the other ones I've heard in the past. That's going to be an amazing one for sure.
I am a huge Evil Dead fan.
Yeah,
and I feel that Ash versus the Evil Dead is very... Because I find those three Evil Dead films all very different.
They are.
And I feel that Ash vs. Evil Dead had very much the sensibilities of Evil Dead 2, which is my favourite of the three by a long shot. So if Ash vs. Evil Dead's part of there, plus The Shining, plus The Conjuring, there might be some conversations being had in our house this year.
What, with yourself, you mean?
I'll go on my own. Craig said I can go with him.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you don't need to have any conversations.
I do, because it's a lot of money to spend when we haven't really got it, but...
Yeah, that would be a really good year for sure.
Yeah.
And then, another broad rumor we've heard is the possibility of another attraction coming back last year with
Ghost Town.
blanking out. What was it Ghost Town?
Yeah,
with that coming out, that we might see another one of those. And from what I've heard as far as rumors with, I believe it was Foul Allerson that brought it up. He talked about the Catacombs possibly coming back this year, which is something I've been excited for a long time, hoping that they'd come back with. I actually recommended to Mike Aiello on Twitter at one point. I said, "Hey, you should really do a Catacombs one." He's like, "We did already."
Yeah, and they seem to.
Oh, that's that one year I didn't go. Okay.
They seem to have done a really good job with Ghost Town last year. I was hearing a lot of good things from people about it. I mean, we did the original back in 2004.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't remember an awful lot
about it. I do. It's one of the few that I do remember.
It was a really impressive house for sure.
Yeah, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it would be very cool to see that come around. So we will continue to keep you updated with that, and we'll finally get our first official Dead Man's Digest episode out just as soon as we get another announcement, I'd say. So for all you guys listening from the UK, tickets are now available at Attraction Tickets Direct and Florida Tix. You can get Halloween Horror Nights Frequent Fear Plus Pass for 104 pounds a night. What is 103 pounds? What's that for?
That's because on Attraction Tickets Direct, they're 104, and on Florida Tix, they're 103.
Oh, okay. Per adult, and that gives you admission to 30 of the 34 nights of Halloween Horror Nights 27. And I know you guys get a lot of vacation over there, so.
Yeah.
That is, Darren,
That's a bargain.
Me and you were discussing this at the weekend when I told you these figures.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I said there are definitely going to be fish and chip stands next to every bar at Horror Nights this year.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Because they're also doing virtually the same as what we got when we came over for 25, but it's the 3-park bonus ticket. So it's 2 weeks at Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios, and Volcano Bay, plus any Halloween Horror Nights that fall in that 14-day period as well, and they were, I think, £304, which isn't bad at all.
No, not for all that. Wow.
No, yeah. We do get really good ticket deals over here in the UK.
Can you imagine if we could afford to go out for a month?
You couldn't get a month's ticket, that's the problem. You'd have to buy two lots.
Yeah, but even so.
We will do at some point.
Just offload these bloody kids, these leeches, parasites.
One will be gone soon.
Yeah, one's getting ready to go.
Yeah, but that's the cheaper one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, yeah, you can go to attraction-tickets-direct-code.co.uk or floриdatix.co.uk for more details on those. You guys are getting a much better deal than we are in the US. I don't understand why, but enjoy.
I have wondered, if we bought them over here and shipped one over to you, Darren, whether there would be any issues about you using it.
Oh, well, that's a good question.
I don't see why there should be.
No, surely a ticket boat's a ticket boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's even like $60 cheaper than the Florida resident tickets last year for Horror Nights for the Ultimate Rush of Fear,
which is crazy.
Yeah,
just a bit.
I can't believe it.
That was funny when we were discussing it. I was like, right, it's £104, and you were like, for one night? No, for 30 days. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. But that's going to do it for, I think, this episode. Hopefully nobody got robbed on the journey this evening. He was able to keep her hands in her pockets for the evening. And we will see you next time.
That's it for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Make sure you never miss a show by subscribing on iTunes, and while you're there, please leave us a rating and a review. Listen to us on Stitcher, Google Play, and all your podcast apps. Email us with any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com, or even better, record your message at speakpipe.com/uuopodcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest, keyword UUO Podcast. Check out our blog for even more content at uuopodcast.com. Well, that's a wrap. See you next week.